What I want to talk to you today is I'm going to talk to you about why I'm an anti-feminist. There's a lot of videos when you search anti-feminism on YouTube. You can find over 97,000. So I decided to talk about why I'm an anti-feminist today. One of the reasons I'm an anti-feminist is because feminists believe that men are inherently evil. Let that sink in. Men are inherently evil? The old saying goes, behind every crazy woman, there is a man that made her that way. The same goes for men. Behind every crazy man, there is a woman who made him that way. It's a two-way street here. Men are not inherently evil. In fact, hate and evilness are learned. They're not inherently in someone's DNA. They're learned behaviors. They also believe that if a woman believes in gender-specific rules in her home, that she has been brainwashed by a man to believe that way. I can tell you, in my home, I live by strict gender-specific rules. I was not brainwashed to believe that way. I believe that way by my own choice. I watched my grandmother do it, and she still does it to this day. And she's young, so she's not really old enough to really be close to anything, but she's very young. She's only like 60-something. But I watched her do it every day when I was at her house. And she would cook dinner for my papa because he works and she doesn't. At one point in my relationship with my fiance, he was working a lot harder than I was. So why can't I come home and take care of him and make sure he has what he needs? Why? And for 4 months, I stayed home and didn't do anything. Because my transmission went out on my car. I couldn't afford to get a new one at the time. So, I stayed home for 4 months. I truthfully fell in love with the idea of being a stay-at-home girlfriend, as I called it. I loved it. It was the best part of those were the best 4 months of my life. I enjoyed it. Not because I was brainwashed to believe that's what a woman's supposed to do, because that's what I feel a woman is supposed to do. Because feminists fight for special rights for women. But they believe that they're trying to silence men who speak on injustices that men face. There is a video on YouTube, and I can't link it down in the description, or otherwise I would. But if you go look it up, I looked up why I hate anti-feminist. And it pops up, and it's a group of feminists, that are at a college. And there's a man's discussion on injustice that men face going on. Well, they're out in the hall, and they're protesting this. And they're chanting things, and I can't hear what they're chanting because it's kind of, the video's being recording from the room where the men's discussion is going on. Well, the guy that's recording walks out in the hallway, and you still really can't make out too well what they're saying. But he gets a couple